Escape from Fairytale Village. Tyrone walks out of his house. He introduces himself to the viewer as a local paper boy. He explains that he has a new route today and sings the newspaper song. He tells the viewer that they will go over the river and through the woods to get his new route. He pedals his bike over to a town, singing newspaper. He throws a newspaper to the castle. He does the same, a house that looks like a shoe. Tyrone stops for a minute and thinks about now stranger's shoe-shaped house. Yes. He continues pedaling, thinking how his route looks like something out of a fairy tale until one of bike tires hits a rock, causing a bike tire is deflate. Tyrone hears rustling in a bush. A purple wolf jumps out. The wolf greets Tyrone and introduces himself as Austin the Wolf. Tyrone listens as Austin explains that the fairytale, the very friendly town. They sing, "You're in Fairytale Village." Oops, my phone just died. Come on, phone. Tyrone realizes that he is in a fairytale village. The wolf must be in big and bad because he has read the Three Little Pigs. Austin shouts, "I'll puff and I'll puff and I'll," but Tyrone freaks out and runs away, as well as giving him a newspaper. Austin says to the viewer that maybe he's a big, but he's not bad. He's just wanted to blow up his tire and tries to run after Tyrone. After losing him, Tyrone runs to a nearest house, thinking on the owner could blow up his tire. He finds it interesting that the house is made of gingerbread and covered with gumdrops. The fence is made of hard candies. The tire trees are surely pops. Bushes have cookies. He rings the doorbell and hears a woman's voice. He looks inside a window. The witch from Hansel and Gretel. Uniqua coming outside and look around. Uniqua comes out and look around. She spots Tyrone and asks him if she can have him over lunch to eat with him. Tyrone hears the offer as, "Can I have you for lunch?" and thinks witch Uniqua wants to eat him alive. He runs away, but Uniqua thinks the paper boy is just shy. Uniqua and Tyrone sing the song "Gotta Dash," and Tyrone runs away and tosses the newspaper. Uniqua thinks that it's not interested in lunch, but would love to have dinner. Meanwhile, Uniqua sees Austin the Wolf in front of Tyrone. Then snuck away from them. Uniqua invites Austin for a ride on a broomstick to find him. They fly over to Tyrone, but he loses him again, hiding behind a beanstalk with nowhere else to go back up. He climbs the stalk. He reaches the clouds and sees the palace. Giant stone. Oh no, the giant from Jack and the Beanstalk. Played by Pablo. Tyrone runs behind a cloud. Giant Pablo thanks Tyrone for playing hide and seek. And count of 10. After 10, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After he is done counting, he finds Tyrone. Tyrone runs away and eventually bounces on the clouds. Pablo thinks Tyrone meant to bounce around and bounces with him. They jump up and down until Tyrone bounces onto the cloud beanstalk. He climbs down, tossing the newspaper up back into the clouds. The giant climbs down as well, offering him over for lunch. Tyrone again thinks that Pablo wanted to eat him. Tyrone climbs down, but with Pablo climbing as well, the stalk isn't stable and starts swaying. Tyrone once again gets greeted by a wolf and a witch, thinking that a wolf, witch, and giant want to eat him. He runs while Pablo and his bike. Tyrone tries to hide in 3 hay piles, but keeps running again. He keeps saying, "Why does everyone in the town want to eat me? Why does everyone want to eat me?" Song. All the way to the rock. With nowhere else to go, Tyrone is surrounded by fairytale characters. Pablo asks Tyrone if he can have him for dinner. Pablo Uniqua tells the giant and she was planning to have him for lunch. All 3 of them have a small polite squirrel. He gets him to have each meal of the day. Uniqua Pablo settles it. He proclaims that Austin will have him for breakfast. Unique will have him for dinner, and we have him for snack. Tyrone is confused, and the wolf says, "I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll..." Tyrone says and yells, "No!" Austin finishes with "blow up your tire," clearing Tyrone's misunderstanding. What? Austin fills Tyrone's bike tire with air. Then Uniqua says that he wants to eat tuna casserole with him. Austin says they wanted scrambled eggs with him. And chocolate pudding. Scrambled eggs. They didn't want to eat me. They just want to invite him for meals. Apologizing for a misunderstanding for the entire time. They all sang, "You're in Fairytale Village." Tyrone's stomach growls, puppeting him to invite his friends to her house for a snack. The village turns back into a backyard, and the characters sang the end song to enter Tyrone's house. Tyrone opens the previously closed door and shouts, "Newspaper!" Which giant Pablo, Paperboy Tyrone, Austin the wolf. "Newspaper, newspaper, you're in Fairytale Village." Dotted dash, why does everyone want to eat me? The end.